What's up, guys? You're listening to the MFCEO Project. I'm Andy. I'm your host, and I am the motherfucking CEO. Guys, if this is your first time joining us, welcome. This is Thursday Thunder. And on Thursday Thunders, I'm going to take your fucking face and I'm going to punch you in the fucking mouth. Because there's so much pussification in society right now that, to be completely honest, I just can't fucking take it. Everybody has their own special circumstances. Everybody is a delicate little fucking snowflake. Everybody has special feelings. It doesn't fucking matter. We always talk about on this podcast that success is an equation. It is a 1 + 1 = 2, a 2 + 2 = 4, A + B = motherfucking C. That's what success is about. Okay? And all you guys who fucking look for excuses in your feelings, in your mood, in your situations, it doesn't fucking matter. All that matters is you go out and you do the things you need to do. We talk about this a lot. We talk about, how to succeed and how to build something and how to become something. And we talk about the lack of there being magic and the lack of these lucky people and the lack of this thinking that success is something that happens to people versus something you create. And guys, still to this day, I get numerous emails a daily basis asking me questions. And these people have been following the podcast from episode 1. Now we're 132 episodes into this podcast as of today. And they're still emailing me questions. What do I do about this? What do I do about that? What do I do if this happens? What do I do if this happens? What do I do if so-and-so says this? What do I do if my employees do this? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And guys, let me tell you, I want to share with you the best piece of advice that I ever got regarding success. And I got it from my dad. And my dad said something. He used to always say something to me and Chris and my brother, all of us. Make a list, call the list, win now. Make a list, call the list, win now. Make a list, call the list, win now. And that's how he would say it. And he would get it in your head to where it would be in that exact rhythm. And that's why I'm saying it in that rhythm. Make a list, call a list, win now. Why is that the most important piece of advice I ever got? Because at the end of the day, guys, that is what success is about. It's about making a list of tasks. It's about doing the list, okay? Now, he would say call, but what he really meant was do the fucking list. When do you do it? You do it right fucking now, okay? And you motherfuckers asking all these questions after I've given out literally 132 fucking episodes of content, asking questions shows that you're trying to avoid action. You're trying to avoid going out and doing it for whatever reason. Maybe you were raised a certain way. Maybe you have anxiety. Maybe you have fear. Maybe you're not an entrepreneur. Maybe you just like the idea of success. And I'm going to bet that most of you that haven't fucking done anything are the last thing I mentioned. You are in love with the idea of success. You want the big car, you want the big house, you want the private jet, you want the stacks of cash, you want the nice watch, you want the hot fucking spouse, you want the fucking American dream. But what you don't want is to have to earn that dream over the next 10, 15 years of your life, 20 years of your life. Because if you did want to earn that dream, you would understand that I've given you everything I could possibly fucking give you in this podcast. I have taught you everything that you need to know. I have shown you everything you need to fucking see. I have not held anything back. And I have given myself freely as someone who has built a large company from the fucking ground up. Now, when I started in business, I didn't have fucking Google. I didn't have fucking the internet where I could go watch YouTube videos or listen to podcasts. We didn't have that shit. You guys have so many fucking resources at your disposal that I didn't have. It's disgusting. And the fact that you're still looking for more information, more, asking more questions, instead of going out, making the list, calling the list, when now, AKA doing the fucking work, is disgusting to me. It's disgusting. Why the fuck are you even listening to this? Why are you following all the fucking podcasts or all the gurus and whatever the fuck you want to call them? Why are you liking their shit? Why? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not making the list, calling the list, when now, this isn't for you. You guys have to understand, going out and building something is going to require you to actually do shit. And I don't give a fuck what any of these internet motherfuckers say that are trying to sell you $1,000 fucking courses when they haven't even built a fucking company themselves. This shit is going to take time. This shit is going to be hard. This shit is going to change your life. And at the end of the day, you're going to be better off for it. But that better off for it doesn't come before a lot of bullshit. And it's insulting to me that so many people think that this shit is going to be easy. They look at people like myself or other people who have built businesses over the course of a decade or two, and then they expect to do that same thing in 3 years. How arrogant of a fucking person are you? You're not that fucking good yet. You don't have the skills necessary. You don't have the relationships in place. You're setting unrealistic fucking expectations in a bad way. I'm all for setting unrealistic expectations, but there's also some realistic nature to them. You guys can't just be in love with the fucking idea of success. You can't be in love with, the results and not be in love with the work. Because creating the results requires you to be in love with the work. You have to love the process. You have to love the daily grind. You have to love the lessons learned. You have to love the little victories. You have to love the experiences that the journey provides you. You have to love the relationships. You have to love the whole thing to produce the result that you are in love with. You can't just be in love with the idea. You can't just be the person who wants to be the quote-unquote guy or quote-unquote baller. You got to fucking do a lot of shit that nobody ever fucking sees or thanks you for or rewards you for or gets acknowledged for a long fucking time. It's delayed gratification. And if you want a fucking real life example of delayed gratification, go to a fucking gym on Monday at 5 o'clock. Then go to the gym on Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Then go to the gym again on Friday at 5 o'clock. And I will bet you that the people that are in the gym on Friday at 5 o'clock are also tremendously more successful financially than the people who aren't, the people who dropped off. Because they understand that everything takes dedication, everything takes time, everything's a process, and it's not just a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday effort. It's a fucking lifestyle. Business and fitness are very much the same. It's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week commitment. And you guys who are fucking trying to, talk about being an entrepreneur and examine the content so in depth and ask 47 trillion fucking questions and this and this and this and this, you guys just need to go out and fucking do shit. You need to go make a fucking list and execute the list like we talk about on episode 107. Win the day, and go out and fucking do that. I don't know how many more times I can even fucking talk about this. Listen to the information that's out there, utilize the fucking Google machine, and go out and fucking make shit happen. It's not that fucking hard. Well, let me rephrase that. It's not that complicated. It is going to be hard. But dude, I'm going to tell you right now, 10 years goes by in the snap of a fucking finger. And where do you want to be in 10 fucking years? Because if you don't do it, you're likely going to be in the same spot. And you're going to be wishing you had. It's no different than a New Year's resolution person who decides they're going to lose 40 pounds in January, and then June comes around and all their friends are at the fucking pool and they're embarrassed to take their shirt off and they're like, fuck, I wish I would have done the work. It's the same thing, only it's life. You guys can't love the idea of success and can't expect the idea of success unless you love the idea of the work. And there's really not much more to success than that. Make a list, call a list, win now. That's really it. Now, we could talk about all the intricacies and all the details and all the this, that, and the other, but at the end of the day, it's about execution. It's about doing things whether you feel like them or not. You know, we have a lot of people nowadays who fucking emotionally flake out. Oh, I didn't do that because I was fucking depressed because my fucking dog died. Or, oh, I didn't do that because I was depressed because my girlfriend left me. Or, oh, I didn't do that because, I was hungover. Or, everybody's got a fucking excuse as to why they didn't do it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you feel. All that matters is that you do. And so many of you guys are looking for this extra thing that tells you that what you need to do is something different than the work. And that thing doesn't exist. And every fucking second you spend looking for that thing is another fucking second that you're taking away of a wasted life where you could be contributing to producing the life that you want by just accepting the fact that the work has to be done. And it has to be done for years. You don't just snap your finger and have a fucking $10 million company or $100 million company or $1 million company. It takes fucking time. And I don't know if you guys are like watching too many of these internet motherfuckers or what. They tell you, oh, fucking buy my program for $5,000 and I'll teach you how to fucking do this and you'll be rich in 12 months. Like, if you really believe that, there's something wrong with your fucking brain. Yeah, I mean, you're really a dumb motherfucker. That's the honest to God's truth. If that's what you believe. If you believe that you can go out and buy a program, become a fucking millionaire in 12 months doing it, you deserve to fucking lose all the money, whatever it is you spend on that. Accept that it's going to take time. Accept that you're going to have to do the work. Accept that it's going to be hard. And then it becomes a lot easier. It becomes a lot more realistic to deal with. Okay? Make a list, call a list, win now. If you do that and you do it every day and you do it every day for the next couple years, dude, you're going to be in a huge, awesome position of progress versus where you are now. It's going to be night and day. You may not be a fucking millionaire, but you're going to be much improved over where you are. So you have to quit looking for the instant, and you have to understand that the delayed gratification is going to be much more rewarding and much more powerful. Okay? Quit looking at the end result and thinking that because you don't drive this kind of car or live in this kind of house or have this kind of lifestyle that you're some sort of fucking failure. Dude, most of the people that have those kind of lifestyles fucking work their balls off, whether they're an athlete or an entrepreneur or whatever. You know, is there people who have that lifestyle that fucking flaunt it and fake it and tell you there's something that they're not so that you'll buy some shit from them and make them more money? Absolutely. But it's up to you to be smart enough to recognize that. And it's sad to me that so many people aren't. You know, quit looking for the easy route and just accept that it's going to take time, accept that it's going to take work, accept that it's going to be hard. And dude, go fucking do it.